think you were asking two questions. Yes, well, first about opera. Yeah, I was very interested to try some things that would frighten me, and doing an opera was very frightening. I don't know if you see the translation. Oh, they have them too. Okay, okay. Yeah. So you all have them, and you look very strange. With these things in your ears. So, yes, I had never not only not directed an opera before, but I had not directed any stage production before. So it was a double complex thing to do because opera is stage plus, you know, because you have a huge orchestra. It's 77-piece orchestra. It's a huge machine. It's like an ocean liner. You know, you have to start steering it 2-3 kilometers before you want it to turn. You know, it's a big machine, and just to work with the conventions of stage alone was something that I was interested in. So I didn't want to use video projection, which is often done now in opera and stage. I wanted to just have the pure theatrical experience of working with what theater was. And so it was a very exciting thing to do. The choice of my own movie, La Mosca, was Howard Shore's, the composer. He's done the music for most of my movies, and he really wanted to compose an opera. He was ready to do that, and he chose my film as the basis for that. It wasn't not my choice, and it was really Howard's inspiration, you know, to do the opera, and that was interesting too, because in film the music comes last, you know, and often you get film composers complaining that they don't get enough time to work with the director and so on. In this case, the music came first, came before the directing, and it was very intriguing for me to see that there are actually several directors of any opera. Because first, of course, you have the libretto, which is the story, the words, and that, in this case, was written by David Henry Wong, who I had worked with before on M. Butterfly. He wrote the play, and he also wrote the screenplay for the movie that I made of M. Butterfly. So it was an interesting collaboration of the three of us, because Howard wrote the music for that movie as well, but in a different configuration. Here, I was only the stage director, and it's very different because I saw that the composer is the first director of the libretto. He, sitting alone in his room writing the music, is imagining what the emotions are, what the tone is of the dialogue, and he writes, for example, he might write the music to be very angry, that someone is very angry, and the music is very angry. And then when the orchestra comes, you have a 77-piece orchestra being very angry. And then I, the director, on a film, I might say, instead of doing this angry, why don't we try it very soft, very gentle? But see, I can't do that now because I have this orchestra. It's very big and very angry. So I saw that in a way, you know, it's a collaboration of a very different kind than I'd ever done before. Also, you have Placido Domingo, very famous tenor, singer, opera singer, but also a conductor. And he's conducting the orchestra, but he's also conducting the singers. And he will talk to the singers about the way they're delivering their lines. And you know, in a film, I would never allow anyone to talk to the actors about the way that they deliver their lines of dialogue, except me. No one else talks to them about that. But in an opera, you do. So it was quite an interesting experience, which I was happy to have, you know. But it's very different from film. But I can say it's not easier than film. Just a very powerful experience that I had living in Paris and directing the opera, and then transplanting it to Los Angeles, where once again a very interesting experience because we only had 2 out of the 3 leads came to Los Angeles, and one of them was replaced by another singer. And in a film, you normally do not change your actor halfway through the movie. You know, it has been done by Louis Manuel, but it's rare. So, a very different experience from movies, and a very interesting one. Now the second question, what was the second question? Oh, just transformation as a theme. Well, that would take a long time to discuss. Really, I think we humans are they perhaps only animals who could imagine themselves as being different than what they are. And when we imagine the possibility of being something else, there is often a desire to make that actually happen. And there are many ways that we can do that. We do that through art, we do that through religion, we do that through all kinds of culture. And so it is something that I'm interested in, that desire to transform, to transcend, to become something other than human even, that we have. To me, it's just an obvious thing to be interested in, so it seems to be in all my movies. It's not something I do consciously, it's not something I say, I must put this in a film, but it does seem to reappear often in my movies. That's about all I can say about it.